Alright guys, today we're going to look at section 3.5, which is determinants. Okay, so first of all, to find a determinant, you must have a square matrix. And we talked about square matrices when we started this. So that's like you have the same number of rows and the same number of columns. Okay, so same number of rows and columns. Oh, you can't see that. My apologies. To find a determinant, you must have a square matrix, which is the same number of rows and columns. So if you need to pause that for a minute. So the determinant is found by subtracting AD minus CB. So what I'm saying is this. You've got to multiply this. And actually, let me do this. I'm going to change these colors. And you couldn't see it anyway, so it's not going to change anything for you. Minus CB. So you multiply your diagonal this way and subtract this way. Subtract by what you get when you multiply that way. So let's do a couple of examples of that. Alright, so to find the determinant of each matrix. So this times this is 18. This times this is 20. Okay, so 18 minus 20 gives us a determinant of -2. Okay, this times this is -7. This times this is -18. So what we have is -7 minus -18. When you see minus a negative, remember that becomes a plus. So it's -7 and a positive 18. So that's going to be 11. Okay? Now, notice the difference between here and here in the directions. It just says evaluate. Notice that the brackets are gone and they're just straight brackets. So let me make a note here. The straight brackets tell you that you are supposed to find the determinant. The directions don't have to say determinant. Okay, so it doesn't have to say determinant because of the straight brackets. It's understood. So this is 20. This is 15. So 20 minus 15 is 5. Right here, negative 10, 21. So negative 10 minus 21 is negative 31. Now, to do a 3 by 3, it gets a little bit more complicated. Okay, so a 3 by 3 the determinant of 4 numbers not in the column with the scalar. Okay, this is not going to make sense right now, but when you see the formula, it will. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the first row right here, and each of those are going to be a scalar. And the second one is going to have a minus in front of it, and the last one's going to have a plus. Okay, now these are all going to be 2 by 2s, and what you're going to do is you're going to use the 4 numbers that are not in the row with that scalar. No, ma'am. Sorry, I'm fussing at my dog. No, ma'am. She's trying to find trouble. So you're going to use E, F, H, I. So for B, you can't use these. So it's D, F, G, I. For C, it's D, E, G, H. Okay? So we're going to have to pay attention to the signs. Okay? And what I mean by that is remember that this one gets a minus and this one gets a plus. Also, it's a good idea to write it out at least the first few times. So write out the formula and then fill it in. Okay? So, here we go. So, I'm going to write the formula up at the top here. So, we're going to have A, and then E, F, H, I, minus B, D, F, G, I, and then plus C, then it'll be D, E, G, H. Okay? And that'll just help us find the signs. Alright, here we go. So our first scalar is a 1. Minus our second scalar is a 3. Then plus 5 is our third scalar. Okay, so what I would do is 1. I would put my finger there. 1, 3, 5, 2. 3. 2, 3, 4, 2. Then 5, 2, 1, 4, 5. Okay, so this is a 2, this is a 15. I'm just going to go ahead and do them all. Oops. I normally put that as a green. Okay, this is a 4 here, that's a 10 there, so I can do all my reds. Then that's a 12, and that's a 4. Alright, so here we go. We got 2, 4, 10. Minus, minus, minus. We got 15, 12, 4. Now, what we need to be careful of here is remember that we have the other numbers. So we have a 1 here, -3 here, and a +5 here. Okay, so 2 minus 15 is going to be -13. -13 times 1 is -13. 4 minus 12 is -8. -3 and -8 is a +24. Then 10 minus 4 is 6. 5 times 6 is 30. So when I do -13, 24, and 30, my determinant is 41. Alright, next, let's do another one. So our numbers are 1, minus 2, plus 3. 3 got really large, sorry about that. Okay, so cover up the 1, you get -2, -3, 2, 1. Cover up the 2, you get -1, -3, 3, 1. Cover up the 3 row, you get -1, -2, 3, 2. So this is -2, this one's -1, this is -2. We did all of our reds, now let's do all of our greens. -6, -9, -6. Okay. Now we have -2, there's a 1 out front, minus -6. Okay. Then we have -2, and in parentheses we have -1 minus -9. We're using all the negative signs, so this is going to test your ability of your sign rules, okay? Then here we have -2 minus -6. Now, notice that all of these second numbers are negative, and there's a minus in front of them, so that means they're going to turn positive. Okay, so that's a 6 and a -2, which is 4. 1 times 4 is 4. Okay. So that's a positive 9. 9 and a negative 1 is 8. So this is negative 16. Positive 6 and a negative 2, that's 4. So we have 12. Okay, so this 4 and 12 give me 16. 16 and a negative 16. My answer is 0. Okay, now there's another way to do these problems. Okay, and we're going to rework example 3 using this method. Okay, so we have 1, 3, 5. The only thing about this method is you need to kind of keep your lines straight. 2, 1, 3, 4, 5, 2. Now, the steps for this are as follows. Step 1, rewrite the first 2 columns. Okay, so we're going to rewrite the first 2 columns. So 1, 2, 4. 3, 1, 5. Okay, so we've done that. Now, step 2, multiply the 3 diagonals down and add. Okay, so I'm going to actually use my pencil for this. So my diagonals going down are going to be this, this, and this. Okay, so step 2 here, 1 times 1 times 2 is 2. 3 times 3 is 9, times 4 is 36. 5 times 2 is 10. 10 times 5 is 50. Now we're supposed to add all those up, and that gives me 88. Now, step 3, multiply the 3 diagonals up and add. Okay, so this time I'm going to just use a line, a light line through them. So 4 times 1 times 5, 5 times 3 times 1, 2 times 2 times 3. So 4 times 1 times 5 is 20. 5 times 3 times 1 is 15. 2 times 2 times 3 is 12. And that's 47. Now what did we do before when we got our diagonals down and our diagonals up? We subtracted the down by the up. And that's what we're going to do here. So the answer of step 2 minus answer of step 3. And if we need to, we can label this step 2, step 3. So step 4 is going to be 88 minus 47, which is 41. And if you look back at what we did up here, those do match. Okay? Now this is finding determinant using diagonals. This is using minors. Okay? So depending on what the question asks, it determines which way you have to work it. Okay? So let's do one where we don't have to write all the steps, we just do the work. So let's do example 4 again. So we have 1, 2, 3, -1, -2, -3, then 3, 2, 1. Okay? So remember step 1. Step 1 is to write down the first 2 columns. Okay, so we go 1, -1, 3, 2, -2, 2. Now, we're going to do the ones going down first. We have that one, and that one. So step 2, this is going to multiply to be -2. This is -18 and -6. That gives me -26. Step 3, go up. So this is -18, -6, -2. So this is -26. So step 4 is to take the answer to step 1 minus the answer to step 2. Remember, that becomes a positive. These are opposites, so the answer is 0. Okay? If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out, and I hope you have a great day.